Halo Infinite is a beautiful looking game, but beautiful games need a lot of power, and that's 100% the case for Halo Infinite. Halo is surprisingly a pretty difficult game to run on PC, with the recommended specs to run the game at a smooth 60 FPS on high settings, requiring you to have a $300+ i7 9700K alongside a $450 RTX 2070. Now, of course, the minimum specs are a lot lower, only requiring an i5 6600K and a GTX 1050 Ti, but that's only going to allow you to play on low settings at 60 FPS and probably no higher than that frame rate. In this video, I'm going to show you guys what I've done to help increase my FPS without sacrificing too much of the quality and crispiness that Halo Infinite has to offer. But jumping into our video settings, obviously, if you want the game to run at the highest frame rate you can, you don't really need to watch the video. Just come down to your video settings and turn every single thing to low. Right now, I'm actually running everything on low because I'm recording, and if I don't, then my recording's gonna lag. So that's why I'm on low right now. But your field of view, keep in mind, the higher that you make your field of view, you are gonna be able to see more in the game, and it definitely looks better, but that means your computer has to render more, so it has to process more. So that is going to cost you some frames. So if you are having trouble running the game at a high frame rate, try lowering your FOV. I play on 103 because that's what I normally play Valorant on. So I'm just kind of accustomed to 103. So if you're having trouble with that, definitely drop your field of view a little bit. So if you want to get as high of a frame rate as you can, but you don't want to sacrifice too much of the video quality, there's 3 settings that we're going to focus on. Those are your texture quality, your geometry quality, and your simulation quality. So first up, our texture quality. That is obviously going to make all the textures in the game a lot sharper, but at the cost of a lot of VRAM usage. So you can see right now on low, I am at 2.73 gigs of my VRAM. If I bump this up to ultra, that's gonna raise the bar an entire 3 gigabytes. So depending on what kind of card you have and how much VRAM you have, that is what you're going to want to change. Put it on medium, put it on high, whatever you're able to handle. Play around with it and see how well you can perform. Next up, we have geometry quality, which is going to give you greater geometry detail with increased quality at further distances and reduced pop-in. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. What it's going to do is help you see. It's going to basically give you a further render distance. You're going to be able to see things further away. But again, it's going to cost you not as much as the texture, but it's going to cost you a decent amount of VRAM. But like I said, these are the 3 most important things to keep the game looking good. And obviously render distance is a very important thing. So definitely bump that up to medium, high, ultra, whatever you're able to afford. And it's going to help you see things a lot further away. Last but not least, we have simulation quality. This one isn't really a GPU effect. This is more of a CPU effect. So I run mine on ultra. Basically what it is it's basically an audio effect, right? You're gonna control the quality of miscellaneous soundbox operations like vehicle suspension systems and vehicle audio. So since I have pretty good CPU and it's not really being used much from the game itself, I have mine bumped up to ultra so I can get the highest quality audio I can. Now, the last thing you can do if you're still having trouble getting a higher frame rate, up here at the top, you have your resolution scale. That's basically the resolution. That's basically going to be the resolution of your game, right? Whatever it's set to, this number right here is going to be the resolution that it's rendering the game at. So you can drop this all the way down to 53%, which is going to give you 763p basically. So it's not going to look super great, but if you want the absolute highest frame rate, you can drop that down. I play around a sweet spot. When I'm streaming, I'm normally around 70% to be able to run my stream well. But when I'm playing offline, I normally have it bumped up to around 1080p, which is right at 75%. And if I'm feeling lucky, I'll bump it up to 100% because my monitor is 1440p. So there you have it. So there you guys go. I hope that helps you increase the frame rate that you're getting in Halo Infinite without sacrificing the quality too much. Again, if you just want the absolute highest frame rate you can get, the answer should be obvious. Turn everything on low, drop your render resolution all the way down to 53%, and your game's not going to look that great, but you'll be able to play it at the highest frame rate possible if that's what you care about. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys enjoyed and you want to see more Halo Infinite content, definitely consider subscribing, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thank you for watching. Peace.